Hello, good morning. It's time for Off the Ledge. It's Easter Sunday. Yes, it is. Happy Ostara. Happy Easter Sunday. Happy last day of Passover. Some of you joined me this morning for the sunrise service. That was really lovely. And if you're watching this on Sunday, well, you can watch it on replay too. We're having Church of Spirituality, our Easter service at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope you can join us for that live if you can. We have a lot of news going on, I know. The rallies, as far as I know, the protest rallies yesterday went off without a hitch. And so far, so good. And during this time that so many people are praying on the planet for peace, we ride the wave of that because it does work. It is scientific. Speaking of scientific spirituality, let's start today with a reading from Ernest Holmes. As always, Ernest Holmes, I was thinking about Ernest Holmes and how I almost feel like he died in 1962, and I almost feel like he was a man before his time in a certain way, because the kind of spirituality that we need right now is this sort of scientific spirituality. Nothing to do with Scientology, don't confuse it. It has to do with using this energy. And remember, he was around the time of Einstein, so all these discoveries of physics and quantum physics and all that were being discovered. So it's a time to really use this, because it works. It helps a lot. That's why I do this with his book. For the 20th, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hid in a field, the which when a man hath found, he hideth, and for joy thereof goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field. So what he's speaking of there is the richness of the kingdom of heaven is like a treasure that's hidden in a field. And when a man hath found it, he hideth, and for joy thereof goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field. So it's worth it to get into the richness of the treasure that's under the ground. And to buy the field means to really bring things to fruition. Bring your harvest to fruition. Because I am one with God, I am one with all people. Because I am one with life, I am one with everything that lives. I feel my union with people and with nature. I feel that I belong to life. As you're listening, apply it to yourself. I love life and I enter into the joy of living. I enter into companionship with others, into cooperation with them. And I know that something within me reaches out and embraces the whole world. Something within me blesses everything it touches, brings life and happiness and joy to everyone. Something in me acts as a healing balm, restoring everything to its natural and native perfection. As I silently listen to the spirit within me and think of its perfection, I know that I am being born into joy, hope, and gladness, born into love and faith and assurance. Silently, I release every negative thought from my mind. I release it and let it go. And I too pray that all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us. I want to say that this brings a thought to mind, that we don't need to worry. We don't need to think about things that worry us. It's not a necessity. It's not necessary for us to think about things only to worry about them. I know a lot of people are programmed to do that, as if not worrying is like a bad thing. So let's just reflect on that today. not worrying is a good thing. Paying attention to what's going on, yeah, is important. And not worrying about it is really important. And redirecting our thinking when we see news that really upsets us. I have seen over the past few days some real hypocrisy that is like breathtaking. People that are inflicting massive amounts of cruelty on others and then showing up at, like, say, J.D. Vance showing up at the Vatican. Evil likes to make a mockery of spirit, and that's kind of what that is. Kind of, flying in the face of everything, the genuine teachings of Christ. He shows up at church knowing full well he bears false witness to the immigrants, like that kind of thing. If it makes you feel any better, it does make me feel better. Just be grateful that you're not of that ilk, because that's a really bad, toxic energy. It actually, when somebody's that dishonest, it creates like a toxicity in the system, in the physical system. So he's not well. And a lot of people that are in positions of leadership, unfortunately, are really mentally not well. And this is a reboot time. This is a time for us to go, all right, we need to go back and really pay attention, and to stop just letting these very dangerous, mentally unstable people with personality disorders, we need to like really get on board. And I know that when we get on board and we all participate in saving our democracy, and these people actually motivate us to do that. We used to think we had to be all credentialed and have all these degrees to be in politics, and now we look at what we have and we go, oh, okay, I guess you don't. So let's listen to Kathy Beale. Today is a warm day in New England. It's very strange. The temperature jumped up about 40 degrees. It's blowing a gale and the pollen is everywhere. Let's see. Spring is here. Here's Kathy Beale's astrology for today. The sun just went into Taurus yesterday, and the moon today is in Aquarius this afternoon. Goes into Aquarius this afternoon. Here she is.
This is Kathy Beale of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for April 20th, 2025. This is a day for pushing back, for standing up, for pushing forward. Watch for a new understanding of a lot of what has been going on in relationships, breakthroughs coming, breakups, liberation, also a lot of things being revealed that have to do with money matters and secrets and things that have been going on behind the scenes. This is a great day for tackling subjects that you've been scared to approach. You have a tremendous amount of fierce valor at your disposal, so go for it. That's all for now.
It's a day to have courage. That's what it sounds like to me. All right. Let's say the protection prayer. Let's continue to think about, there are going to be a lot of protests continuing. I've definitely seen that. I've seen protests just continuing and continuing and continuing. So let us not be all projecting negativity into the protests. And like really just, I've heard people do this, and I have to kind of, reel people in and say, like, be careful what you're thinking. Why not, if you want to think about the protests, why not think about them being safe and protected and loving and kind and compassionate, and that loving vibration that the people have that are coming together to rally. Think about that loving vibration forming like a protective shield. So let me read the prayer of protection, which is really great for us personally and for the collective. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and so it is. And that is whatever God means to you. The divine nature, source of all life, that intelligence. That's everywhere, within us and around us. And for more, join us at church. We have a virtual congregation. People pray for one another. and I channel an inspiring message sermon every week. And today's sermon is entitled, just for a sneak preview, it's entitled, What It Means to Resurrect. Okay, 3 cards from the Osho deck. I hope you're having a good day so far. Let's see what the guides have for us. I have various things on my table, and I'm looking down, and I have this laughing, happy Buddha here. I just had to show you because he's sitting right in front of me. Smile. Have a good time. That raises the energy too. Probably more than most things. Okay, so this is very easy to read and decipher. I have letting go. We're letting go of all our old negative ways of thinking, recognizing that we are co-creating, turning this fascism around. We're recognizing that. And we're really blossoming right now as a nation. We're really blossoming. No matter what anything looks like, I have to say that I look at what's going on now, and what it really is, if you want to kind of put it in a nutshell version, is it's like the re-emergence of Nazism that's trying to take a foothold on our society. And what my guidance says is, yeah, that might have worked before. It did work before with Hitler. But that's not where we are as a human civilization anymore. Energetically, we're way different. Energetically, there's a whole lot more of the goodness and the high vibration than ever. So we're not going to do Nazi Germany and World War II again. It requires a real low frequency for that to happen. And since the 1930s, almost 100 years ago, we have evolved as a human species. And the reason that we see highlighted the evil and the vitriol and the what's Dumpy have planned right now is like a retaliation tour and all that. Don't worry about those things, because they're not going to take hold. I know that we see little, signs that they are, but let's not let that distract us. If you see what happened in World War II, I think you'll agree with me that that's not going to happen again. And I don't want to sound naive or like Pollyanna. I'm not, that's not where I'm coming from. I'm coming from, I don't feel that we have the necessary low frequency collectively to have another World War II. That's where I am with everything. So please join us if you can, or watch later, Church of Spirituality. It's an opportunity for you to share in the energy that's going on right now, and to have a place to go for spiritual nourishment without any dogma. It's virtual, but it's great. Okay, namaste. Thank you. See you soon.